Shalom, this is Daniel Stern of the Netivyah Bible Instruction Ministry, coming at you from Finland due to being stuck here, but that's okay. And here's the news. Of course, there's been a lot of stuff this morning. So this morning, after a week of the world wondering whether he would or would not, President Donald Trump ordered the bombing of the Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan nuclear facilities. Thank you, Donald Trump. Around 2 a.m. Israel time, B-2 bombers dropped a dozen of bunker busters, that is Moab's mother of all bombs, on Fordow, as well as 2 on the Netivyah facility. Additionally, U.S. submarines launched 30 Tomahawk cruise missiles on the Isfahan and Natanz facilities. Now, Israel has been waiting and hoping that Donald Trump would get involved and order the attack on the Fordow facility, as it was 90 meters under the mountains and would be more complicated and difficult for Israel and much easier for the Americans with the Moabs and their B-2 bombers. Both Trump and Netanyahu reported great success, but of course, that has to be taken with a grain of salt, since every side in a conflict always reports great success. See the Iranian reports of success as examples. Reports are coming of caravans of trucks leaving Fordow in the days leading up to this, and claims that their uranium was moved and they were working with skeleton crews. So we will have to wait for more information such as new satellite images to learn more. So far, the world, such as France, the United Kingdom, Germany, and others, have supported the U.S. attacks, stating that Iran getting its hands on a nuke was a big no-no, and it's a good thing that that's not happening. Iran has stated that it will retaliate, that any U.S. civilian or military personnel are a target, that the war has just begun, and to remember who started it, in other words, blaming the U.S. We will see how that develops. They also said they will close the Straits of Hormuz to maritime travel. 20% of the world's oil flows through there. Iran responded to the U.S. bombings, or unrelated to it, with 2 consecutive waves of missiles to Israel. A total of 27 missiles were launched this morning. So far, around 20 people were injured, most of them lightly. The next few days will be critical to see if Iran targets U.S. interests and thus draws them into the war in a greater way, or shows restraint and wisdom and only keeps targeting Israel. Israel says this is not the end of the operation and there's more to be done. This morning, Israeli planes struck in western Iran against missile launchers, and there was also a targeted strike, which is probably an assassination of a military or nuclear target. In Yemen, the Houthi spokesperson said that the result of this U.S. bombing is that their ceasefire with the U.S. is nullified and they intend to go back to attacking U.S. ships. In Lebanon, Naim Qassem, head of the Hezbollah, earlier, before the bombing, said that the U.S. bombing of Fordow would force them to attack. Attack who? We don't know. Israel, the U.S. Today, Joseph Aoun, president of Lebanon, said that it is of the utmost importance to Lebanese interests to not get involved in this matter. We will see. Some leftists in Israel and the world, such as the Democrats in the United States, Yair Lapid, Yair Golan, and so on, are saying that now, after the bombing of Fordow, it's time for peace and negotiations. It is a reoccurring theme to shy away from the use of force and wish that our enemies play nice. This morning, 3 bodies of hostages were recovered from Gaza. 50 more remain. A stark reminder that our enemies do not want to play nice. They want to murder us, and worse. In the Middle East, and for that matter, everywhere, peace can only come through strengths. I don't think World War II would have ended if the Allies had only talked. Well, it would have ended, but the Allies would now be talking German. My hope, prayer, and expectation is that due to the use of force by Israel and its allies, the future will be better, more stable for all involved, Iran, Israel, and the rest. Even Lebanon will be a better place once it rebuilds now that the Hezbollah has been weakened. For now, please keep the civilians, the children, the elderly in Israel and all of this conflict in prayer, in particular my own children, and may the Lord protect them physically, spiritually, and emotionally throughout this time. Shalom from Finland. God bless Israel, God bless America, and God bless you.